Hey y'all, if this is your first time checking out Wonderfully Me, I say thank you for coming. And if you are returning, I say welcome back, family, because I am so happy that you are here. Not because of anything except the fact that you are you. That's it. I'm just happy that you're here, and I hope that you will get something beneficial out of the things that I have to share. Okay? Anywho's and anyhows. If you're a returning person, I'm gonna say welcome back, fam. And you, you know, you my favorite. You are my absolute favorite, and I'm so glad that you're here. Okay, yes. I mean, yes. That's yeah. Okay. Anywho's, anyhows. Today, I'm a little parched. Okay, let me say this. Yes, I'm in New York and I'm drinking bottled water, whatever. I don't need to show any brands because I'm not about brands. But the thing is, typically when you're traveling, I always say that you should have your own water bottle. But I just want you to be conscious of the fact that I'm saying that knowing that you probably are going to go places where you can't drink the water, right? And obviously you're going to have to buy some bottled water, which is okay. But when you go places, we want to try to do as little damage as possible. So if you have to buy bottled water, buy the large, and you're in one place and you can do it, buy a larger bottle and then fill your water bottle from that. So at least you only have one bottle as opposed to 12 bottles, because I can, especially when it's hot somewhere, I can drink 6 or 7 of these in a day, easily. And so instead of, if I buy a really large bottle, then I can just, refill my thing. So yeah, let me get another swig before I start. I don't know why I'm so thirsty. Normally I'm able to go through these videos and it's not even a thing, but for some reason today I'm extremely parched. Lips be dry and everything. Anywho, so I'm continuing my series on empowering solo travel experiences with empowering women I've met during my solo travel. That's what I'll say. And this time is actually a twofer because I figured not that they're the same or anything. They have similarities in age and experience and life experience, right? Like they both had been married and they were both older travelers, like like my age or ish, maybe up or down or whatever. But so I want to focus this video on F, who was ironically, and I say ironically because my heart gravitates towards people in my profession, a social worker from Australia. I met this. F is a fabulous social worker from Australia, and we were going to, I met her in Vietnam, and she was going to Hanoi. She was also doing some Ha Long Bay and everything, which I didn't do because it was more expensive than I could as a budget backpacker, although most people do go to Ha Long Bay. But we went to Hanoi. And I'm trying to think. We actually went to Hanoi and Hoi An. I'm just trying to do. I don't think we were in Da Nang. No, because I did a few other places. I did Hue, and I did Da Nang. Yeah. But anyway, we ended up spending some time. I think in I think we met in Saigon, which is oh my word, Ho Chi Minh. I don't know what is happening with me in places. The mind is just not clicking like it used to. But yeah, it used to be called Saigon. It's now called Ho Chi Minh City. So we were traveling from there, and we ended up being in the same area later. So yeah, and it was amazing. What is happening? I'm doing something to the screen where it is causing a delay. I don't know maybe it's the movement that I'm making. I'm not sure. Anyway, so this first person, F from Australia, was an amazing travel companion, and we did some different activities. Like there's a street where the train comes through, and when the train comes through, like you have to, people are always walking on the track, and it's like a photo op. Everybody goes there and they're taking the photos and they're doing the whole thing, and they're enjoying themselves. But when the train comes, you can't, no one can be there, and it doesn't come through so often, but you try to go and see it, because I'm telling you, there's like that much space between the okay, maybe a little bit more, but it's not much. Maybe, let me try to give it in, maybe 6 feet. Yeah, maybe 6 feet max between a building and the track. So there's, the two tracks, and then another 6 feet in another building. So it's like this very narrow street. It's not even a street. It's just like imagine an alleyway. That's what I would say. It's like an alleyway, because it's like the back of the buildings. But people have cafes and such along there because people like this railroad street. They like to go through there. So anyway, we went to this particular place and we have photos there. Now those photos I know I can find, so I'm going to put it in the community tab. And yeah, we had a phenomenal experience in Hanoi. We went to the same restaurant, because this was on my list, because she had a few places she wanted to go, but on my list I wanted to go to the same place where Barack Obama and Anthony Bourdain had gone and had this bun cha. I think it's called bun cha. Don't quote me, but it's a dish. It's a dish. It's a noodle dish, and because everybody knows pho. Everybody knows pho, but they don't know, I think it's called bun cha. That's what I want to say. And yeah, so anyway, I wanted to go to that place, so we went there, and she was exceptional, as I said, because sometimes you see older travelers out. It's not that you don't, but oftentimes it's couples, and she was, like I said, in the same age range as myself, and she was having this midlife awakening. She had kids and grandkids already, and she had already been married, and she has this awesome profession as a social worker, and she was so kind. And I think that the lesson that I learned from her was patience and kindness. I so appreciated just chatting with her. There were no specific moments that I recall that were like extraordinary, like that, like it was like life changing, you're gonna remember it. It wasn't like that, but there was something really just wonderful about her, just like open, and it was like she needed to do more and know more, and her heart was open, her mind was open, she was just awesome. She was awesome. And as I said, we went to Hanoi and did a variety of things, which included we were trying to, I don't know, I had a list of these things you should do when you go or something like that, and I had seen it, and I was like, oh, we should just try to find this bridge. So it was like walk across this bridge. So when we on our way to the bridge, we found like there was this street, and on the we were on one side, the other side was like blocked off, right, because they were doing this artwork, like these murals and such across. And from our viewpoint, from the side of the street we were on, we could see some of the artwork. And so we're looking, and we're just like enjoying, and like, oh wow, look at this, and oh wow, look at that. In the meanwhile, on the side of the street where we are, they're like some butcher shops. And I remember like glancing because my attention was really across the street. So, but I remember glancing and I kind of look over and I was like, what is that? And, then I'm right back to doing what I was, doing, looking at the art and stuff, these people who were doing stuff. So we were moving a little slowly, but I was ahead of F. And F, this is what I said, was, this really kind person, this really thoughtful person, and was, from what I could know, an animal person, really, it was just, like I said, just a good person. And so as I continue to walk, and I'm like looking a little bit more at what's happening over here, and I realize what I am seeing. Apparently, because I didn't know this, apparently they have something called Dog Street. And when I got to a certain butcher shop, because remember I said I couldn't identify whatever it was. I was like, what animal is that? And then when I got to this one, the whole head and everything was up there, and it was a dog, and it was like like that, and it was the whole dog. Like I said, it was butcher shops, right? And so I'm thinking, oh man, like F is like an animal lover and stuff. So I'm like, it was like a movie in slow motion. I turned slowly. I'm like, don't look. I'm trying to tell her not to look, because when you get to this, you're gonna know what it is. Like you might have been walking down the street and you didn't know. Like I said, I didn't know what kind of animal it was. I was like, that's a skinny pig. Like I didn't know what it was. It had no head. It was just like a torso-ish. It was meat and stuff, and that's all. Yeah. But I could, it was like slow motion, but I couldn't. She was on my heels and she saw it too. And we were like, you couldn't unsee what you saw. You couldn't unsee it. We were on Dog Street. Apparently that's where you go to get dogs. So then we were on another excursion where we had gone to the Coochie Tunnels, and we had discussion with some local people and about dogs, and then they explained that yes, some people do eat dog. It is considered to be a delicacy. This one guy said that when his boss, when they would do a good job, he worked construction, and he said that when they had like finished a project or something, sometimes the boss would invite them over for like a dinner, like a barbecue kind of situation, and they would have dog. I was like, okay, I tried, I tried to understand, but for me, a dog is like, your buddy, your family, like you love it. Like I didn't have children, and my dogs would have been like my kids, like, like my mother jokingly would say, like, when I die, I want to come back as your dog, like, because of the way I, loved on my dog, So to see this and to hear this was a little bit, it was a little, I was taken aback. And so was, F was taken aback as well. But I was also made to understand that it wasn't that everybody did it or whatever, but when during the Vietnam War, when there were people who were living inside the tunnels that they had dug in order to survive the bombings and stuff that was going on, they would eat anything that they could come across. That included rodents, bugs, so worms, scorpions, dogs, cats, whatever, anything they could to survive. And once you've seen those tunnels, I went in one. Let me say this: the Asian people typically are way smaller than I am, so I only went in one. And like you could go like to the, I think this particular tunnel, it was larger, and you could go to like a few different points to come out. I came out at the first point because I was like, there's no way, no way I could have survived. There's no way I could have survived. I'm sure you do what you got to do, but these are some things I know about myself. Like, I couldn't have done it. I couldn't have done it. And yes, I am probably, twice the size of some of the people who were going through it, but them tunnels was no joke. And I was just like, what? People stayed here? Like, whole families was living down there underground. It was just unbelievable. So I think we're so quick to say what we wouldn't do, but it's because we haven't had to. We never experienced anything like that. So yeah, that was an experience that, we had in Hanoi, but there were so many other beautiful things. We went to Hoi An. We had wonderful food, and it was a beautiful place. I've been there a couple of times, and I enjoyed it. We went to a tailor, and she had some blouses made and stuff to take back with her to Australia. And she was just a phenomenal woman. We do keep in contact on Facebook, But yeah, F and I shared some funny experiences. In Hoi An, we took the train, so there's like some kind of a pass. I can't think, but I know that she was flying out. I feel like she was flying out of Da Nang, and I was staying in Da Nang. But we did, and I can say this also. I had booked a hostel, so we were in Hanoi. But when we got to Hoi An, I had booked this hostel. I stayed in a hostel in both places, and like I said, she had gone to Ha Long Bay, so she was gone some of the time when in the Hanoi time. But I had booked this hostel in Hoi An, and apparently it was like, I guess, a party hostel or whatever. And I get to the room, and it was just me, and I was like, this is great. But at about 3:00 in the morning, the rudest, and I don't have a problem being in a mixed room. It could be guys and girls. It doesn't bother me. But the rudest, young people came in drunk as all get out, and were just horrible. I mean, to the point where I went downstairs, and I think I had booked it for a few days. I went downstairs, and I was like, look, I need my money back. I'm not messing with y'all. I was so upset. I was so disgusted. Like, yeah, I'm not staying. I paid for last night. I want that money back. And I had paid for like these extra nights, and I want that money back. Like, I'm not leaving here till I get that money. Like, I was so serious. And anyway, I got the money back. But anyway, until that day I was supposed to hang out with F, and then this other young lady from New Jersey, who I also keep in contact with. And she was awesome. She was awesome too. And I had, share what was going on with me. And F had booked a really nice little guest house place and offered to pay for my nights there so that I could enjoy myself, because I was so, had such a bad experience at the hostel I had booked. And everything was like booked up. I can't remember what was going on during that time, but everything was like booked up. But so everything was like at the high price, and it was just not great. But anyway, F, the social worker that she is and wonderful person, really looked out for a sister, and I greatly appreciate that. So that was the F. And I thought I wasn't gonna have enough time. Have so much to say about the whole situation, but I guess it took a lot. The other person is A. A is retired military, was in the Navy, and so was her husband. Huge dog lover. I met her in Vietnam, and A and I still keep in contact. When I started raising money for some young Maasai girls in Tanzania, one specifically that I had said pledged that I would try to get her through school. She had been rescued from an early marriage situation, and at 8 years old she had never been to school. But anyway, I had put a little thing out on Facebook about this, and A was like the first person who jumped in and was like, yo, I got you. I'm gonna support your efforts to do this for this young girl. And just an amazing woman from when I met her, she was still living in Virginia, but now she lives, because she moved to, I want to say, Connecticut. And yeah, she's like, we have said that we're gonna get up together. But when I tell you, like, some people, like I said, have a lasting impression. She gave me something before she left. We left Vietnam, and I still have it, and it sits out. It's like a card, the pop-up card. Let me see if I can get it. Just wait one. Okay, here I is. I don't know if you can see it well. Yes, she gave me this card. It's like a pop-up card when you do it, and she wrote me a wonderful note on here. And she sent me a book which I read, and I am sharing with others. Okay, this is a little bit crooked. Anywho, is so inspiring to me. Let me get some water because I'm feeling I feel so teary when I think about these people who have so greatly impacted me, because you meet so many people. You meet so many people in life, and everybody has something to teach you. And I remember us being in Vietnam, and it was hot. We were in Ho Chi Minh, and we were standing on like a balcony area, and we were just talking about life. And she was sharing with me that she had been married and her husband had passed, and they were both military, and just a whole bunch of just life stuff. And I don't know, we just clicked. It was just, you just sometimes come into contact with these amazing people, like, and that's not taking anything away from the people who you see on a daily basis. It's not like that. This is just like, it's just special, and you just know that you're going to be forever changed for having had these interactions. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like I said, there are just some people who just touch you in a certain kind of way, and even though your time may be brief, right? Like, I can't even recall us doing anything special together. Just hanging and chatting and just enjoying like those moments. And I remember thinking, oh, she's gonna be one of them, patriots and this and that. And I'm not saying she's not patriotic, because I'm sure she is, or whatever. But when I tell you it didn't matter, like, I don't want to know I really don't want to know what the political leanings are of a lot of people, because I don't want to feel some kind of way, because once I feel it, I can't unfeel it. I can't. But I really hope, I really hope that she isn't, one of these reactionaries. I really hope that. I don't think so, but you never know, because people are complex, right? People, we think a lot of times so linear, right? And we have to widen our scope. We have to be open and try to take all the things, and even peripherally, no, we can't see exactly behind our back, but we need to be paying attention to everything. And people are complex. They have more than one view, and they've had all these experiences, and you have to take those things into account. And so there are even family members like this. I might not agree. I might love you because you are you and who you are to me in the world, but I don't have to necessarily appreciate all of your views. Fortunately, I can say this. A and I didn't disagree on anything major. We both had our experiences that we kind of brought to the table, and we were able to laugh at certain things and shake our heads at certain things, in unison. And then there were some things that, like I said, that she had her view and I have my view, and that was fine. But that ability to respect each other's understanding of the world. Like that was the thing, and I will always remember that, how much she loved her dog, and her dog, the one dog passed, but she has another dog now, and just when I tell you, like, I feel so fortunate to have had the opportunity to meet certain people. A is definitely one of them. A is, and F, both of them, so amazing. And like, I really, honestly, I don't know, because like I said, we are in contact, like on Facebook or whatever, or WhatsApp or whatever, but I hope that they see this video and they know that I'm talking about them, because they impacted me so greatly. I hope that they see it. I hope that they know that I am forever changed for knowing them, because they are those special kind of women. They are amazing people just in general. Like, because I'm not hating on the guy. I mean, I've met some very interesting guys. There's one particular guy I can think of besides my travel guru, but there's one particular guy I can think of that I met in Peru that will always stick in my mind. And we did keep in contact for a bit, but then I lost contact. But I usually try to keep in contact with them. But yeah, this video is dedicated to F from Australia and A from America. Well, I will say from the United States of America, because even though we always try to claim America like America is just the U.S., but really America is South America too, right? And if you think it's Central America, then they America too, right? Like, we all America. So, and then Canada is North America, so I guess they American too, right? So go figure. Anyhows, yes, A from the United States and F from Australia. I salute you both, because you were significant and impactful and empowering in my travel journeys. So I thank y'all. Okay, now to the business of good old YouTube, because you got to get to that part, right? The business part. The business part is we need to share this video with folks, because if you don't share it, our good old buddy Algo, last name Rhythm, will not push this thing out to anybody else. So I need you to share, I need you to like, and I need you to comment. Your comments, A, allows for the interaction between this me and you thing, right? We are building community. So in my community, I need other people to be there. Not my community, but our community, right? But, this is our meeting spot, right? So I need y'all to, like, do a little something, and get, Algo, last name Rhythm, to, get us out there to other folks. So please do that. And as I always like to say, do good and be better, right? Be a better version of yourself today than you were yesterday, and an even better version tomorrow. Okay? That would make me so happy, and I think it'll make you happy too, to be perfectly honest. Never forget, always remember that it means the world to me that I get to share my world with you. It means the world to me that I get to share my world with you. I appreciate you taking your time, because you can never get that back. So I appreciate you taking your time to go all the way through this video to the end. I appreciate that. All right? You are the best for that. I love y'all for that. Yes. Okay. Anywho and anyhow. Until the next time. Ciao for now.